Each year, the Huntsman World Senior Games draws in around 185 to 200 players from all across the world for table tennis.
I think it probably is more popular in Asia than anywhere else, but there's a lot of players in America who play, and many of them have come from other places where the sport is more popular.
It's a sport that can be learned at nearly any age. Table tennis, or better known to some as ping-pong, tests both skills and agility.
The reaction time in the game is very little, so you have to react very quickly. It depends on the opponent, what they put on the ball. You have to react to a certain spin of the ball.
Lamb, who started playing for fun when he was young but stopped during his working years, picked it back up when he retired. He has since learned you have to be quick on your feet.
Yeah, footwork is very important in table tennis, and it allows you to be defensive versus offensive. Sometimes you have to play defense, so I move back to be defensive, and I move around the table.
But those who have been playing it for way longer say it's about using your mind when it comes to your opponent.
It's basically a game of strategy. It's not only that you have to move a lot, it's not only that you have to create difficult shots. It's about thinking, about developing a strategy which is good for your skills, but is effective against your opponents.
Beginners are usually rated between 200 to 1,000 in range, but those who are competing at world-class levels can rate into the 2,000s.
So somebody around 1,200, 1,400, 1,600, they're getting up to be pretty good players. 2,000 plus are really, really good players.
Those who really want to challenge themselves will play against higher-rated players.
This is the group that is 1,600 to 1,799. My rating is lower than that. I just challenge myself to play with the better players.
In a round-robin event, Lamb beat his first opponent with quick wit and a few strokes of luck. But he lost to his second opponent, who began playing in China while young in life.
Us Chinese, we all know how to play ping pong. For example, in the gym class during the raining day, and because you cannot do anything outside, so you have to play ping pong inside the ping pong room. And but I was never selected to be, in China, they had developed, when you were young, they see your potential, so they will recruit you to go to professional training. But I was not recruited by the ping pong, but I was recruited by badminton.
Many who play table tennis have also played other sports that use similar techniques.
That was my first racket sport, and I play pickleball, I play racquetball, I play badminton. I think they're very complementary. I think a lot of the same skills carry over from one sport to the other. The hand-eye coordination, the spin you can put on the ball, the angles, the control. I think there's a lot of similarity.
However, in his third match, Lamb didn't give up. He managed to squeak by to a man who has been deemed among the top in the 1600s here at the Senior Games.
He's the top seed.
The oldest registered player competing in the Huntsman World Senior Table Tennis has been coming here for 10 years.
We have a listing of all the people that play here, and it has the ages, has a rating, and where they're from, what state they're from. And I looked through all the lists, and I'm the oldest woman.
At 89.
89, yeah, I'll be 90 in 3 months.
You see some older players who maybe have lots of athleticism as they moved up from their 40s and 50s to their 70s and 80s. They're not as athletic now as they were 30 or 40 years ago, but they still have tremendous skill.
And the top winner of the last 2 Senior Games table tennis tournaments, Rudy Miranda of California, is working on holding on to his title. Whether you are just starting out or have been playing a while, this is a sport that is said to be both challenging and addictive.